Hello everybody, so today I am doing another mini cases video. This one is going to be dedicated to all indigenous people. So everybody here is indigenous. And if you're not sure what my mini cases are, basically it's people who either there's not a whole lot of information out there about their case, whether it be because the information is being withheld or we just don't know what happened to them. And I like to do these cases because just because there's not a whole lot of information doesn't mean these people shouldn't be talked about, because oftentimes they are unsolved disappearances and homicides, and they should still be talked about because they still deserve to be solved. So I just like putting their names out there. And I have four of them today to talk about. So not a whole lot. But I am really excited to talk about these. So these also typically are shorter videos because of the lack of information, and generally I can usually only find one photo if I'm lucky. So if you never watch any of these, there's really only be like one video or one photo per person. So it's that kind of deal. But let's go ahead and get into this. All the links I use for research will be down below, like always. So the cases we're going to be talking about today is going to be Mona Lisa Two Eagle, Alan Littlebear, Franklin Joseph Littlebear, and just so you know, those two last men, Alan and Franklin, as far as I could tell, they are not related in any way. They just share a similar last name. Alan's last name, Littlebear, is there's like a space in between, and then Franklin's is Littlebear altogether. And then we have Pauline Williams. So we're going to start this with Alan Littlebear. So his name is Joseph Allen Littlebear, which I found weird because there's Franklin Joseph Littlebear, so they have like a very similar name. But his full name is Joseph Allen Littlebear, and he was born March 30th, 1989, and he went missing July 19th, 2021, in Alameda, California. He was never seen or heard from again, and he may be traveling in a white 2021 Toyota Tacoma with a California plate number 95679F3. Again, that California plate number is 95679F3 in a white 2021 Toyota Tacoma. So he's about 5'9", 210 pounds, and he is a Native American male with brown hair and eyes. I do not know what tribe he's a member of, though. I could not really find that, so. I will have his photo on the screen, and I will leave it up there for a few seconds. And I forgot, I literally have it right here, but for some reason I forgot. There is a phone number for Alan Littlebear. It's Alameda Police Department, 510-337-8340. Again, 510-337-8340. Moving on to Mona Lisa Two Eagle. So in February 1979, Mona Lisa of the Rosebud Sioux tribe was last seen by her 12-year-old brother, Phil, leaving their home in South Dakota. She got into a red and white pickup truck with two men, and they drove off into the night. Not long after, she was reported missing. Local law enforcement searched the area on horseback, while her family took the initiative to launch their own search. 2 weeks into the investigation, her dad and brother located her frozen remains in a field not far from their home. She had been beaten and possibly sexually assaulted, but no arrest has ever been made. So this has been unsolved since 1979. And the agent for this case is Savannah Peterson, and the phone number to call is 1-833-560-2065. Again, the agent is Savannah Peterson, and the phone number is 1-833-560-2065. This case has been unsolved for far too long, so hopefully putting her name out there will help. I will have her photo on the screen for a few seconds, and then we'll move on to our next person. Moving on to Franklin Joseph Littlebear. He was born May 5th, 1962, and he went missing on August 1st, 1980, at 18 years old from Mobridge, South Dakota. He boarded a bus with a female companion bound for Minneapolis, Minnesota, and he is believed to have traveled to Chicago after getting to Minneapolis. He has not been seen or heard from again. In 1983 or 1984, though, a relative said that they heard from him, and supposedly he said that he wanted to check in on his family and that he loved them. But he never got in touch again, and the relative has since died. His description is that he is about 5'7", 160 pounds. He is also Native American male, with black hair, brown eyes, and he is a member of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. So there are very few photos of him as well. And I do have a phone number for him. So the South Dakota Bureau of Indian Affairs, 833-560-2065. I'm so sorry. Again, that phone number is 833-560-2065. I will have his photo on the screen as well. Moving on to our last person to talk about, Pauline Williams. So, Pauline was last seen at her home in Philadelphia, Mississippi on August 3rd, 2003. She never picked up her last paycheck from work and has never been seen or heard from again. Her description is that she stands at about 5'5" to 5'7", 150 to 170 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes, and she is a member of the Mississippi Band of Choctaw Indians. So Choctaw Law Enforcement Services phone number is 601-656-5711. Again, that number is 601-656-5711. I will have her photo on the screen as well. Alright, everybody. So those are all the people we're going to be talking about in this video. That was Pauline Williams, Franklin Joseph Littlebear, Alan Littlebear, and Mona Lisa Two Eagle. As always, if you know any information about these cases that could help, please go back and take the phone number down and get in contact with law enforcement, and hopefully these cases can be solved. With that being said, thank you so much for listening to all of their stories. Hopefully this can make a difference and some of these can be solved. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.